What is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today we're using the Mega Ampharos team once again with Rango, Star Aptor, Lurantis, Tapu Fini, Ampharos, and Torkoal. Let's get started and play some games. So I've been playing some games off camera with this team and been losing a lot, but yeah, that's the price it takes to understand the team. And I've been learning a lot from the battles. The things I'm noticing is, one, this team doesn't have a good Gardevoir answer. Gardevoir and Incineroar is actually really hard to handle, and I don't see many ways I actually break through. So that's one of the problems I've noticed with this team. The second thing I've noticed with this team is sometimes it lacks the damage pressure in Trick Room. And by damage pressure, you know how most hard Trick Room teams will carry Camerupt, Mega Camerupt, or Tapu Bulu, which are pretty common. And that's because their heavy offensive damage output is actually insane. With the sheer force boosted powers from Camerupt and the terrain boost attacks from Bulu, they're able to pick up some quick knockouts, especially combined with Instruct. While Instruct can potentially get some knockouts, like with Torkoal, for instance, Torkoal's Eruption can do really well at the sweeping job. It can be pretty situational depending on, because of the fact that, you know, Torkoal kind of needs its weather. Tapu Fini can miss a lot of KO sometimes, especially even 2 KOs. Mega Ampharos can only target one mana at a time unless I decide to run Discharge Telepathy, but I don't think I'm going to do that, and I don't even think I would be able to get knockouts either way with that anyway. And yeah, I just noticed that this team might lack the immediate damage output it kind of needs for a hard Trick Room team, so definitely think it does need some work. Definitely does need some work. It was cool in theory, but it wasn't exactly the most well thought out team, I want to say. However, we are still going to try it, and maybe I'll change some of the stuff. Maybe I'll put Tapu Bulu. Although I really like Lurantis on this team. I think Lurantis has put in a ton of work whenever I use the team and win. I think Lurantis has been one of the star members that actually does work. Of course, I'm thinking maybe Tapu Bulu because of the grassy terrain, damage output, plus the immediate offensive pressure. Well, Lurantis does need to get at least one attack boost to really do some damage. However, yeah, it's just been strange. I'm not exactly sure where I want to take this team direction wise for changes, but we'll be right back with the first game of today's episode. So we'll be right back. Alright, I don't know how long that took. That was like actually 20 minutes. This is actually insane. I could have been doing other stuff and I didn't plan to record this long. Alright. Finally got an opponent. I don't know why too, because when I was looking for battles earlier, just testing this team when I couldn't record, I could find battles easy. I don't know why when I press start stream or start record, I can't find a game. But it looks like we got, oh, this is going to be interesting, a hard Trick Room mirror. This is definitely going to be interesting. So we have a hard Trick Room mirror right here. A Rangaroo, Stack Attacka, Abomasnow, the Gigalith, Drampa, and Star Aptor. So I'm guessing it's not Cloud9 on the Drampa. I'm guessing it's Berserk. I want to figure out how I want to approach this matchup. I just realized I have 3 ice weaknesses, although it shouldn't be too big of a deal in this game. I feel like I had to bring a Rangaroo for Trick Room countermeasures, but still, I'm not exactly too sure. I do want to lead Lurantis because my opponent leads Star Aptor. I can heavily punish that. I think I want to go a Rangaroo Lurantis here as the lead with Torkoal and Fini in the back. Oh, please give me time. I hope it gave me the Fini in the back. Well, I guess Fini's nice for the Drampa and the Gigalith, but like I guess it's not the end of the world if it's not broad. Ampharos might make this a bit interesting. Star Aptor I'm okay with. So let's see how this is gonna go. So hard Trick Room matchup. I'm not exactly sure. It really comes down to what kind of Trick Room, like who gets Trick Room up. We're gonna see a Abomasnow lead. Okay. So I'm gonna lead Lurantis plus my Rangaroo here. And what exactly do I want to do here? I could easily just switch on to Torkoal, I feel like. I don't know, my opponent's gonna predict that. I feel like you should be able to predict that, but not exactly too sure. I do have Earth Power on Torkoal, so if I can pressure the stack attacker well enough, I feel like I'm in an okay spot here. As I really think Torkoal's just such a safe play, although my opponent could easily predict a Torkoal coming in. And I think I'm just going to foul play the Oranguru just for damage, because getting damage on the Oranguru now is pretty nice overall. Also punishes maybe a switch if it comes out. I don't know if you're going to go for Trick Room or not. I guess that's the question. Does my opponent decide to opt for the Trick Room here? And I don't know if you're going to, like, switch out one of your slots in the future, because that's the one thing I'm unsure of. Protect from Abomasnow. Okay. Interesting. As we will get a foul play off. Maybe my opponent's going for Trick Room of their own? Okay, get a bit of chip. Is this Shout Psyche? I wouldn't... Oh. Is he a Shout Psyche or is he Trick Room? I don't expect to Shout Psyche right away, though, when you don't need to. No, it is Shout Psyche. Okay. That's gonna... I mean, Orangu's not invested, probably, but this is still gonna hurt my Torkoal, regardless. Why'd that do a lot more than I expected? Alright. Well, that's pretty bad. I could go for what? Protect Trick Room? Although my opponent could anticipate that. I feel like you could also just Mega Evolve Abomasnow here and send out Stack Attack. Ooh, I don't have many good outs here. I think the play is to go Feeny here and get damage on the Abomasnow potentially, because I don't think you're going to Trick Room with Oranguru unless you want to reverse Trick Room, which is, I guess, alright here for me. You could reverse Trick Room, but I feel like a better play is just to get Stack Attack in if you're my opponent. But it looks like that's not what's going to happen here, so maybe it is a reverse Trick Room. And the reason I want to make this play is because if I got the Stack Attack, it would have been pretty nice overall, because I threatened the Stack Attack. I also threatened the Abomasnow because I think after a foul play, I should be able to knock it out with 2 Choice Specs Moonblast. However, I'm not exactly too sure on the calc, so don't question it. As let's see what my opponent is going to opt for here. Did the reverse Trick Room? I mean, I could potentially, but I don't see a reason for me to set up Trick Room here. Foul play going to go out on Abomasnow, do a okay amount. Psychic's just going to come out, okay. Into Feeny, which is going to do an okay amount, and Blizzard. So luckily I can't get frozen here, which is really nice. Yeah, I can't get frozen. I am taking a lot of damage, however. My Feeny and my Torkoal, which are really big damage outputs in this game, are very weakened here. Although I am threatening a Specs Moonblast double up in the Abomasnow here. We would protect Abomasnow or not. I should be faster than Abomasnow anyway with my Lurantis, and I think a Lurantis can actually come through in this matchup. I think I'm going to Moonblast Instruct the Oranguru because here Abomasnow might try to protect here. In fear of me going for the Moonblast Instruct into Abomasnow. So I think I'm going to try to get rid of Oranguru, because if I can get rid of Oranguru, that's actually pretty good for my team overall. I don't think you would set up Trick Room though. The reason I don't see you setting up Trick Room is because I still have Torkoal in the back. And Torkoal could come out. If you give me a free switch into Torkoal, that's pretty bad for you. Let's say, if I double up Oranguru, you go for, yeah, because Abomasnow's going to switch out. Because I wouldn't see it, because you wouldn't really want to give me the free switch, as Gigalith's going to come in. Is it Sandstream? It's Sandstream, so double Weather, okay. So Moonblast is going to come out. This is Choice Specs Moonblast, but Oranguru is a pretty bulky Pokemon overall, so... But, that's going to be super close. Come on, Feeny. I know I don't have the max special attack investment. I think I really should go max special attack, because at this rate, I'm missing just too many knockouts. Yeah, but I get rid of the Oranguru. Okay, that's a really nice trade. So I get rid of my opponent's way of controlling Trick Room, so now I have the speed advantage. Lurantis is looking pretty good, because Instruct Superpower is actually looking really solid in this game. I gotta weaken the Abomasnow a little bit more. Let's see what's gonna come out. If you send out Abomasnow, your Gigalith's vulnerable to a Moonblast double up. You should know I'm specs based on the damage. Let's see, who are you gonna bring out? Abomasnow is gonna come out, so I think I'm gonna target down the Gigalith here. I think I'm gonna target down the Gigalith. I'm more worried about Gigalith right now than Abomasnow, because Abomasnow can only knock out one of my Pokemon. It can't knock out both at the same time. Gigalith might protect here, but you should know I'm Specs. You should still be worried about that Instruct Moonblast play that I do have. And it could go out into either one. I guess maybe my opponent has to call it 50-50, although me targeting Abomasnow I think is a bit more likely. So we'll see here. I also really want to get rid of Gigalith because a Z move could be potentialed here. So let's see what my opponent's going to do. The end game is going to be a bit tricky, as Abomasnow is actually going to double out Sakataka. Drampa. I would actually not mind knocking out the Drampa. Cloud 9. As we will get a Moonblast off, and we're going to instruct Moonblast. So I think I don't know. Going hard Drampa, I'm not sure if you needed to go hard Drampa. But yeah, Tapu Fini gonna come through with these Choice Specs Moonblast. And that's gonna knock out the Gigalith. And if I can just find a way to get rid of the Drampa, I am good. The Drampa is really scary though. However, I do win the Weather War at this rate. So what I can do is what? I have a few plays. I don't know what kind of Drampa this is. I think it could be Life Orb or Specs. Either way, my Fini is threatened here, so I gotta figure out a position I can get myself into which isn't too threatened by these mons. I think the best play actually is to sack Torkoal right here. And go for Foul Play into the Abomasnow. Because I think that should put it in range of my superpower from Lurantis, and then I could just fire off Moonblast and superpower since I should be able to outspeed these Pokemon. Since it's a hard trigger on my opponent's side, it should be min speed, so that means my Lurantis should be faster than the Abomasnow. So I think I'm okay here. Let's see. He might be Specs, he might not be. Abomasnow's going to protect. Okay, that kind of changes my plans a bit. Foul Play. And Energy Ball actually going to... Okay. Oh no, Torkoal actually survives, which is... Well, actually, no, that's not that bad. It's not that bad, because I can still get my plan off. I'm going to Heat Wave and Foul Play here. Yeah. And people do ask me why I run the Z Trick Room over like a Mental Herb or something. I don't want to run it. I don't want to run Mental Herb because of the fact that it can get knocked off, and I already have a bad... Incineroar matchup, so Z Trick Room's easier, and I could also go for... I also can't get Encored. Like, even though, yes, Mental Herb does prevent that too, I feel like it's better for me. Hyper Voice, so it's not Specs. What are you? What are you? You're not Specs. You're not Life Orb. What are you? I'm kind of worried because I just gave my opponent a boosted Flamethrower potentially. This is awkward because now I'm not exactly in that true position I wanted to be in. I guess I'll just damage the Drampa here. I think a bomb still is in range of superpower. And Drampa, I'm hoping it's like a Hyper Voice coming out here to knock out my Oranguru. It could be a Flamethrower though. It could be Ice Shard Flamethrower coming out, which I wouldn't mind though. Ice Shard and Oranguru, Flamethrower into the Lurantis. That would be okay here. What's the Drampa's last move? Actually, Energy Ball, Hyper Voice should be Flamethrower. I'd assume Flamethrower. The team does look weak to Ferrothorn. As Ice Shard, that's fine. Knocks out a Oranguru. Flamethrower, I got it. I think it comes down to... Oh, don't tell me this is AV Drampa. Don't tell me this is AV Drampa. If this is AV Drampa, that's the only way my opponent, I think, actually had a shot of coming back into this game. Otherwise, I think Specs Fini should be able to knock out Drampa. Should I double into the Drampa just in case? I mean, the Drampa doesn't seem like it wants to protect at all, so I'm just gonna double up into Drampa, I think. This could be a really bad call because if Abomasnow does have, like, if Drampa does have Protect, but at this rate, I feel like my opponent could have went for Protect with Drampa a long time ago. So let's see. I also don't know who's faster between Drampa and Lurantis because I don't remember the speed stat of Drampa. So this is really close here. No protect, okay. Moonblast's gonna come out. Spec should be able to knock it out unless this is like an Assault Vest variant. It doesn't look like it's an Assault Vest variant. Or I get a crit, which I don't know if it was Assault Vest or not. I really couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. Superpower gonna come out, does knock out a Bomb Snow, and we are able to pick up a win. So anticlimactic. I don't even know if Flamethrower. Actually, no. If it was Berserk, it could have actually got the special attack boost and then knocked me out. Oh man, I have no idea. Of course, if Lurantis was faster than Drampa, I do outspeed KO it, and then it really comes down to what Bomb Snow does. But I'm not sure. I think he would Energy Ball to Feeny, which means I think Lurantis would win in the end game anyway, especially since we were faster and we got the attack boost, so we would be able to knock out the Bomb Snow. But it really comes down to what the Drampa was, because I really just have no idea what the Drampa was. Yeah, so there were definitely plays I could have made better in that game. Looking back at it with the, I think, just a hard Torkoal, maybe the hard Lurantis thing. Maybe I could have went a hard Torkoal there to pressure my opponent quite a bit, because pressuring the opponent's Bomb Snow with Torkoal, switching out a Ranguru in a Torkoal was, I think, a safer play in general, because covered and my opponent went for Trick Room, and I can threaten the Bomb Snow the following turn if that's the case. And if you don't get a Trick Room, you have to be worried about, like, does Torkoal stay in and attack with Heat Wave, because you're not exactly in the best position. I could easily, like, either attack with Lurantis if I expect the Bomb Snow not to attack, or I could switch on a Ranguru just to minimize the damage I take and knock out the Bomb Snow potentially. So I think there were better plays I could have done. I definitely wasn't expecting Shadowsaki, because most of the Rangurus that I've been noticing carry foul play, because it helps against like a Belly Drum Snorlax, for instance, which is why I do carry foul play on mine, because Belly Drum Snorlax is a really huge problem for my team as well. But anyway, it is taking quite a while to find our second game. I hope it doesn't take another 20 minutes like it did in the last time, but we'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got Darius from Italy, 1696 rating, as our second opponent. Well, technically this is my third. I actually cut away a battle because the battle was... It took me 20 minutes to find a game. Then what happened was it was a pretty boring game, so I felt like it really wasn't worth showing, because it just felt like there's no... I don't know, it was just pretty straightforward of me just clicking attacks, because I felt like it was a team that was supposed to be played very differently. Because my opponent was using a QR code. It was like a 1400 battle. Didn't really like the battle, so gonna skip to it here. We got Snorlax, Kartana, Incineroar, Gardevoir. Oh, not again. Manectric and Tapu Fini. So we're about to witness why I don't feel like I like this matchup at all. I'm gonna go Lurantis, Tapu Fini. I think I need Staraptor. And then a Ranguru, I think. Yeah, let's go with these. Let's go with these four. Oh, out of any matchup, why did it have to be Gardevoir and Incineroar? I actually get bodied by Gardevoir and Incineroar. I don't think this is a good matchup. Especially depends on the moveset on Incineroar. If it's the Z move Incineroar, very, very troublesome to deal with. Let's see what my opponent decides to opt here to go. Lurantis, Tapu Fini against, I'm guessing, Gardevoir and Incineroar is the lead. It's pretty much the best lead. Fini Kartana. But whose Misty Terrain goes up first? I think that's my opponent's, and I'm a pretty fast Fini. So it could be... Would you really lead Scarf? Okay. I'm actually really confused right now. I think I'm going to protect Lurantis and go out into my Staraptor here. Because I think this might be Scarf Fini with Scarf Soak Fini with the Kartana here. So what I can do is just go my Staraptor here, because you're not going to soak a Fini slot, in my opinion. If you're going to go for a Soak Leaf Blade play, it's going to be into the Lurantis, I feel like. So let's see what my opponent's going to do, as I will protect my Lurantis here. And let's figure out what my opponent's going to do here. It is the Soak variant. It does go into Lurantis and a Leaf Blade? Oh, it's a Bloom Doom instead. Okay. I don't know if that was going to originally target... Oh, if it targets my Staraptor, this is still not the best case scenario. Yet, I did avoid something, and I'm actually really surprised my opponent let off with this. If I just let Staraptor, I would have been in such a huge position, but let's see, your Bloom Doom's going to come out. It does target down my Lurantis, so nice. Lurantis is going to be able to take that very comfortably. Yeah, that took absolutely nothing. And what I can do here is just superpower the Fini slot and go for a final Gambit, I feel like. Or I could go for like a close combat. I could also go for a U-turn. Although I think Final Gambit's a very safe play in a Kartana. Even if Kartana switches out, which I could see maybe Kartana switching out Incineroar, I weaken the Incineroar, which is pretty nice for my Specs Fini. Specs Fini will be able to handle it, and I get Superpower off. If the Fini wants to stay in and goes for Superpower, that's alright, I feel like, for me, because of the fact that if you want to soak my Lurantis here, I mean, I pretty much take hits a lot better with my team in general from that Incineroar that you have in the back, as Tapu Fini is going to withdraw into the Snorlax. So, ooh, Superpower, hello there. As Snorlax is going to come out, Kartana's going to protect, which is absolutely perfect for me because I'm about to get this Lurantis to boost up, and I do have a Final Gambit coming that Kartana's way, as we will get a Superpower off into the Snorlax here. Big damage. You are Barry, right? Yeah. I was just about to say, are you not Barry? That would be really strange here. But nice. Able to get a bunch of damage off. I can go for a Superpower into the Snorlax. And again, I don't see... I could switch out Star after here. I think that's also a fair play. The thing is, I'm just not sure if you... Well, if you send out Incineroar... The problem with that is, okay, here's what I'm thinking. If you sack Kartana, okay, if you sack Fini here, I'm okay with that. If you go in Incineroar as your last Pokemon, I am a bit concerned about the Kartana plus Fini combination, plus Incineroar combination. But then again, I have +2 on my Lurantis, so I should be okay against it. As Kartana is going to retreat here, go out into Tapu Fini. So Tapu Fini is going to be sacked here, so I don't have to worry about something like a Final Gambit. I mean, not Final Gambit. I don't have to worry about a Soak from the Fini since, yeah, they don't run HP on the Scarf variant. So, or they do, but it's not that much. And Star After would guarantee KO it anyway. And Superpower going to come out. Does this KO Snorlax? It'd be absolutely huge if I can get the KO on Snorlax. I do get the KO on Snorlax, so it's already a 4v2 situation here. Really quick game, how it's going by so far. Snorlax goes down. And what do I want to bring out? There is a Kartana in the back, so I am leaning towards a Ranguru. So, the thing is, I am still worried about the Incineroar, potentially. I think I'm going to go a Ranguru. Yeah, I'm going to go a Ranguru, for sure. So I'm going to go a Ranguru here. Let's see what my opponent decides to opt for. What's the back Pokemon? It's Gardevoir. Okay, this makes it interesting. So I wonder if Sacred Sword plus Psychic can knock out Lurantis. Lurantis is a decently bulky Pokemon, but of course you have to still be worried about me getting up a Trick Room with a Ranguru potentially. Leaf Blade plus Hyper Voice I think would miss a knockout on a Ranguru, so I just don't know if you're going to reverse Trick Room or not. However, I feel like maybe just protecting Lurantis and going for the Trick Room might be the safest play. However, there is the factor that what if my opponent goes for like a reverse Trick Room here, which it really comes down to what do you predict. Because I think it's either a 50-50 whether I say him with Lurantis and attack or protect him and go for Trick Room. So, wonder what my opponent's going to do. I think I'm going to attempt a Trick Room because I don't really lose much. Because as long as my opponent can't knock out Lurantis, I think I'm good. And I really don't want to risk Sacred Sword and Psychic right here at this moment. So, let's see what my opponent's going to do. As Gardevoir's going to Mega Evolve, we will protect with Lurantis. No protect from the Gardevoir or Kartana. It's going to be a Sacred Sword, does go out in the Lurantis slot, and a Psychic. So it is a double up, so I do call that correctly, and able to get that Trick Room off, and that's absolutely huge here. As right here, I could go for a Foul Play in a Kartana, and +2 Leaf Blade should be able to knock out Gardevoir. Yeah, I think Leaf Blade would be able to knock out Gardevoir. And Foul Play, I'm not sure if it's a 2 KO, but we'll find out. Gardevoir might protect here. It does decide to protect. I think that's fine because I'm pretty sure I'll live 2 Leaf Blades. We'll figure it out as Leaf Blade does go out into that Gardevoir slot as we will get a Foul Play off. How much does it do? Yeah, it does less than I thought actually. Sacred Sword into Lurantis. Yeah, but it doesn't, it's not a 2 KO, and as long as my opponent doesn't crit me, I should be good. So I think I'm just going to Leaf Blade here and fire off another Foul Play. I think... What if you do get that double? Well, I don't think Psychic knocks out Lurantis. I just don't know if you might try to attempt a double here since it's kind of obvious I might attack the Gardevoir since you just wasted your protect. So, you know what? Let's try it out. As Gardevoir is going to go for the double. It does fail, so I would have been able to get it off, but I don't feel like it really matters at that point, as I am going to be able to get Superpower into Kartana. It does pick up that knockout, which is really nice here. As, yeah, that should secure the game. I think Feeny can just secure the game. Lurantis obviously considered the game, although my opponent could go for like Hyper Voice crits, which is definitely potential. And we'll go for a Leaf Blade here. There are 2 turns of Trick Room left. You could go for doubles, but I don't feel like... Yeah, you could go for a double. I think that's your only out. Actually, I think the best play is just to Leaf Blade and get Feeny in so I can start firing off Moonblast. Yeah, I like that. I like getting Feeny in so I can start firing off Moonblast. Because if you want to knock out Lurantis, you have to rely on the Hyper Voice crit, or you have to go for Psychic here. And I'm still not sure if Psychic can actually knock me out. Gardevoir's going to protect. I could have went for Synthesis there. I don't have to at that moment. Like, I really don't have to at the moment. I feel like my opponent does have to rely on the double anyway. And since Synthesis is really rare, a move on Lurantis, I feel like, yeah, I think I should still be fine. I'm just going to Moonblast and protect. It does fail. I do get Synthesis off though, so even if the Gardevoir crits, both Hyper Voices, both my Pokemon will be able to survive. And yeah, it just didn't matter at this point, because if you went for Hyper Voice there, it could have been a big thing. Although I think Foul Play might have been able to finish off the Gardevoir. It looks pretty close there. It would have came down to basically, can you... Crit, but crit Hyper Voice doesn't knock out Feeny or Lurantis. As I said before, so we're going to see the psychic damage. How much does it do, Lurantis? Oh my lord, that did a lot more damage than I thought. Okay, so I'm really glad that Sacred Sword and the Hyper Voice. Jeez, that did a lot. Like, a lot. That was a lot more than I expected. I know Hyper Voice tends to be weak sometimes, but that Psychic actually really hurts. But we are going to be able to take the second game with today's episode. And I think that's going to be it for today's episode, since I don't remember how much the timer was originally on the video, because I was recording for an hour, 10 minutes yesterday. However, felt like I made the plays needed to do. I'm really surprised my opponent didn't bring Incineroar, because I feel like Incineroar is really good against my team. And I'm really surprised we saw the Feeny Kartana lead, because I feel like that was really weak to Staraptor. Maybe my opponent didn't anticipate me bringing Staraptor, but I felt like that Gardevoir and Incineroar could have dealt with that pretty easily. So really interesting to see that. However, thank you all for tuning in today's episode of VGC 2018 Back Battles. If you did, please leave a like down below to show your support if you did enjoy this video. And of course, you can share it with friends and anyone else who you would think would enjoy this kind of content. If you want to check out more content from me, there's my social media links down below in the description, as well as my side series on the channel and previous episodes of VGC 2018 Back Battles if you have missed them, as well as the Showdown import of the team. If you do want to go try this team out on Pokemon Showdown, you can find that import in the description down below. Otherwise, thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. Feel free to leave a comment, as I do tend to read them. Even though I might not reply all the time, I do love reading them. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you all for tuning in once again. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.